Hello, welcome to CCTV Workforce. I'm Darwin Gilmore, Dean of Workforce and Economic Development here at Chipola College, and really proud of all that we have going on. And we're continuing in our series, talking to some of our programs. Today we have public service with us, and we're focused on the criminal justice sectors in public service. So, Jamie, welcome. Good to have you on the show.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
And who you got here with you?
I've got Stephen Stewart's the law enforcement coordinator, and Lou Daniels, which is the corrections coordinator. So they make up part of my team for the criminal justice for public service.
Welcome, guys. Thank y'all for being here and what you're doing
Yes,
for
sir.
the college. Thank you for what you're doing to
Yes,
make
sir.
Workforce look good. Why don't you start out just telling us a little bit about who you are and your academies?
Okay, well, public service, we run 3 academies. We currently run a firefighter 1 and 2. We run law enforcement academy day and night time. And we run a full-time corrections class at night. Sorry, at day. Correct that. Told you I'm cloudy.
Okay. What about it, Steve? Talk to us a little bit about law enforcement. What's going on in the law enforcement academy?
A lot of new things going on in the Law Enforcement Academy. We have day and nighttime class offerings. So if you don't have anything to do during the daytime, come join us. For the full-time academy, it takes about 5 months. It's 770 hours. Nighttime academy, if you're working during the day, come see us at night. And it's 5:30 to 9:30 each evening. We go 5 days a week. Take you about 11 months to complete the program.
So at the end of that program, they'll be certified to go to work at any state, county agency.
Well, they'll actually, at the end of the program, they're qualified to take the state board exam. Once they successfully pass state board examination, they go on to apply for jobs, which we have a really great success rate at getting the students hired or helping them get hired. And once they become hired with an agency, then they become what's considered certified in the state of Florida.
Great. Lou, talk to us a little bit about corrections and what's going on in your academy.
Yes, sir. Right now, we're continuing to build on success that we've had here at Chipola. This past year, we had a 98% pass rate for our students completing the academy and taking the state board. And between Department of Corrections and private institution, these students are pretty much guaranteed a job once they complete the academy and take their state board and pass it. The prison system right now is needing as many people as they can get their hands on, so they're having a lot of success once they complete the academy.
Great. So you're committed to this pipeline of preparing people to go to work in a high demand job.
Yes, sir. It only takes them about 2.5 months for the academy, $1,550 for the whole academy, and at that time they can take their state board and get hired on somewhere.
Boy, these kind of jobs, I think they're really good for benefits. They're really good for long tenure people, and it's a really good return on investment for their time and money. So it's a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Talk to me a little bit about what you see happening in the training industry, we'll say. What do you see evolving? How do you see these specialty courses, like you've added some things like active shooter training and more relevant specialty courses for our client base? How do you see, talk to our viewers about how you see the changing landscape of training in our academies?
Well, if you look at the way the academy is laid out for a basic academy, it's covering what Florida statute requires for a law enforcement officer or correction officer. But as the world changes and evolves, so our tactics have to change. So we're looking with the people in the field to get these classes, like we've partnered with LSU to do the active shooter. You know, if you'd have talked about that 15, 20 years ago, you wouldn't even know what an active shooter was. And because those instances are changing all the time, the training is changing. So with our training partners at the training center, we reach out with them. They tell us what classes they want developed. We try to develop them in-house, or we reach out, such as with partnership with LSU, to get that training to come to Chipola so we can offer it to our local officers. Because our training center is serving 98 certified officers in this area, just for law enforcement.
Very good. Yeah, we got to be nimble, don't we?
We've got to be very nimble.
Respond to how the climate is changing. And so yeah, that's another concept I want to ask you. What about the idea of why training is needing to, you need to stop right now because I'm losing my way. So we'll hold on. Just a second. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I already jumped ahead of my training courses, so let's cover this. You're okay? You can make this work? All right, so as we look at, we had an open house recently. We had also, we honored the first responders recently in our building down there. And we know we're a really active member of this community, and we want to be part of that service community. Talk to us about the event where we hosted the first responders from Louisiana and Mississippi recently as a staging area.
Okay, we were contacted by the EMS. They decided that they needed to house, at first it was going to be 35 officers from Louisiana State Fire Marshals. So we were able to turn public service into a housing shelter for them, temporary housing shelter. And we housed them for, I think it was about 3 days total.
Right.
We housed them prior to, then after the storm, they went off and they come back through on the way back through. It ended up being with north of 150 people when it was over with. We had volunteer firefighters from Mississippi and Louisiana. We had fire marshals from Louisiana. And the local community really stepped up. These guys never had to use any of those supplies they had for the 3 days they're here. We cooked and had them 3 meals every day. That way the supplies that they were able to bring when they left, they'd have for the hurricane once it went down, because they didn't know if they were going to be down for 10 days, 20 days, or 2 days. It so happened it worked out that they were, I think, deployed for about 2 or 3 days before they come back through. But the community stepped up, the local churches, the sheriff's department, police department. We not only fed those people that was from Louisiana, Mississippi, we also fed our local guys during the storm that was out there working. So FHP, FWC, Mariana Police Department, Jackson County Sheriff's Department, all those agencies, the officers were on the road during the hurricane, were able to come by here and get coffee and to get a meal. So it was a really good deal.
It was so impressive. It was so impressive what all you guys did, and our volunteers were just outstanding. And I think one of the volunteers that was staging through said they had been on 32 different deployments, and they had never been treated this good. We were out there grilling for them. People were donating sausage. People were bringing hot meals. People had brought mattresses in and set up barracks, so to speak. And I just want to really congratulate you all for demonstrating the kind of commitment you have to our college and certainly to the community of first responders. One thing else I wanted to ask is, I want you to tell me what you guys, both Steve and Lou, I want you to address this. What would you say to either the high school students who are considering their careers as they begin their career and life planning, or to people who are already employed and they're considering a career track of law enforcement or corrections? What would you say to them that would cause them to change their mind and consider your academy and this career path for their future?
Okay. I'd say the first thing is kind of evaluate yourself where you are. Look at your surroundings, look at your family, your neighbors, your community. If you're that kind of person that wants to make a difference, lead by example. Get involved in a program such as this. If you just think you might be interested, give us a call, and we'd be glad to show you around, walk you through our programs, and explain to you what kind of training you would be receiving, and then come out and make a difference, you know.
Lou, how would you address your potential students?
Well, for somebody that's wanting to stay around here, they have family around here, you know, they don't want to move off, maybe don't see college in their future just yet, and they need a good career. Corrections, you can use it one of two ways. You may get into it and just see that that's really what you want to do and promote through corrections, which is getting easier every day right now with the situation that they're in. So you can make a career out of it, or you can get into it, get you some experience under your belt, go back to college while you're working, or use it as a stepping stone and move into another field. And there's just a lot of doors that open to you when you get involved in corrections. And while you're there, you're serving the public, you're protecting the public. You know, you have a a purpose that means something for not only you, but the community as well.
Great, great. Jamie, I'll finish up with this question. You've been in your role about a year and a half or so?
Yes,
or-
sir.
I know you've experienced some growth in all your categories here. You've experienced tremendous growth in corrections, but to what do you attribute the ability of the public service criminal justice academies to be able to grow as they have and to be able to succeed as they have? Why do you think they're succeeding as they are under your leadership?
I'd have to say it's the team. It's these guys are the ones doing the training, but it's the commitment they have. It's not a 7-to-4 job. These guys are constantly involved in the training with these people from day one to the end, and we create a partnership, a friendship with the students that I don't think they get in other places, that carries them through to, we have them call when they get the promotions, when they get a new job, when they want training, they call us for advice. It's that really brought in, public service, whether it be EMTs, firefighting, law enforcement, corrections, it's all public service and we're all a team. And we treat them like a team. They're becoming part of our family and they're treated that way. And I think that the level of training that we're able to provide through Chipola, it's top notch. I put it against anyone out there.
I'll back that up. I just would like to say to our viewers that, it's been an honor working with these gentlemen and all this team, and got a lot of respect for them. You need to come see that if you've observed them in defensive tactics, if you observe them conducting high liability driving training or firearms, these are not only people of excellence and capability, but people of integrity. They're going to do the right thing. I've watched them do that. So, come trust your career opportunities with them. They can help shape you. They can help form you and position you for a future because they're going to do it the right way. And we'd love to have you visit us.